Hey, what's going on, guys? Happy Wednesday. Truth with Ruth here. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Yeah, so I really wanted to talk about this because, man, it just be getting to me sometimes when I read comments and the things that people say and what we glorify is crazy to me. So I'm probably sure most of you have heard about hip hop rap superstar LIL Durk. LIL Durk is currently locked up right now on some very serious charges of, M for hire charges. It's just real crazy. Basically, they're making LIL Durk out to be this almost like I don't know if I could say cartel, but like a cartel, like a mafia hitman. Um, and there has been some new charges saying that I guess Dirk really wanted get back for Vaughn, and this is alleged. He has not been, this is what they're accusing him of, but he hasn't been, it's innocent until proven guilty, right? Yeah, so it's a whole thing where he really want to get back for Vaughn, and he also really want to get back for his brother. And what they're saying is he was so serious about it that he was putting out hits to unalive members of OTF for not sliding for Vaughn. This is serious. This is real serious, and it's very, very sad. Dirk has, let's see, I think he's married to India Royale. Beautiful India Royale. He has one daughter with her. He adopted, I'm assuming she has a daughter, a previous daughter with someone else, but he more than likely loves her. I think her daughters are Willow and Sky. And then Dirk has many other kids. I think he has, don't quote me, but I think 6 or 7 kids previously. Beautiful children, absolutely beautiful children. This is sad. Dirk now, I think, is 32 years old. Long career, a poor kid from Chicago, the bad side of Chicago. Y'all know his story. Real close with King Von. King Von was a gangster. He would tell you, I'm a gangster. From what it looks like, King Von wasn't just giving you a story to sell records. King Von really was out there, that guy, with his best friend who's also gone, T-Roy. It's just a long, crazy story that he went through in the streets of Chicago, King Von. Dirk, I never looked at Dirk as a gangster. In my opinion, Dirk was the guy with the money that kept things moving in the streets. The guy with the money that helped the guys in the streets continue on doing their dirt. That's how I looked at it. I never looked at Dirk as the kid that hopped off the porch and decided to choose violence. I definitely looked at King Von like that. Like he took ownership of that whole lifestyle. So now we're here. King Von is gone. Dirk is in jail. Who gets hurt? I'm looking at this from a woman's perspective, y'all. are the real victims at the end of the day? India, all those beautiful children, now they're without their daddy. They could possibly be without their daddy for the rest of their life. Let's not even talk about the sadness around King Von's beautiful children, who will never ever see his daughter True, his his son, and I think he has another daughter. They will, and True looks just like her daddy. They will never see their daddy again. You know, all for the streets, all for this code, all for things that really don't matter. And now we have India. India, beautiful India, who absolutely loves her husband, has to sit and wait, and will sit and wait, because I could, from her spirit and her aura, I could tell that she's not gonna fold. She's gonna stay there and wait for Durk. I would, and I feel like we share similar auras. I'm not folding. If I love my man, I guess we doing life. And wow, that's a big pill to swallow. I believe that India loves that man very much, but I do question how much Durk loves India. Why do I say this? Because think about it. You had so much to lose. You had your beautiful wife and all your beautiful children. For a get back, now your brother, okay, I could see how it's hard to say, it's hard to turn away from. But Von chose this life. Von seemed like he loved the streets and sliding more than he loved making records. He just couldn't leave the streets alone. Von could, his hatred for Duck and all of his guys was so strong. He had to get Duck. He had to get back. He had to get Duck. And look what happened. Everything fell. Muwap, all his boys, everybody. Now they spending, they're young, possibly spending the rest of their life in prison. Von's gone. Not associated with that. I know that was associated with the whole, the Tim situation and Quando Rondo. But it's that mindset of violence. So now, and Von was just at his career was so promising. Because he was really, honestly, y'all, he really had the streets, the pulse. Because he really was about that life, unfortunately. But it is what it is. What did he say? I am what I am. That was real scary. When he said that, I really believed him. It's like he gave his life to that, to the streets. So going back to love and real love, Durk, did you really love India? To the heights, to the level that she loved you? Because you had a lot to lose. A lot to lose. Or did Durk at some point think he was untouchable because he got away with so much for so long? Possibly. It's very sad though. So now he's 32 years old. Oh, and they said that You know, he just got caught with like I think he just got caught with like a watch. Um, and now the feds are trying to see if they can get any information off of that watch. There's so much going on. So much going on. Um, is it worth it? G Herbo, rapper G Herbo just had a recent interview. And I want to play I want to play that a little bit of what he says. Because mind you, right? He came from Chicago too, right? He came from the same trenches. Listen to what G Herbo said. I'm gonna play that for y'all. Okay, hold on one second. Let me just make sure.
Nigga think about me, nigga call me a bitch. I'm cutting all ties from this shit. I don't care what a nigga think about me, nigga call me a bitch. Nigga 100 million times. Yes. I don't care. Like I'm not even gonna feed into it. And you think I ain't had to have them uncomfortable conversations? You think nigga ain't told me I done left the hood and forgot about the hood and I'm a nigga and I don't take care of niggas and I ain't the one bonding niggas out no more and paying for funerals. It's like, how many times I'm supposed to do for that shit? Do that shit. Like, what y'all want nigga to catch a Rico? Every time you niggas go to jail for a gun charge, a violent charge, coming. I'm the one coming. Like, I'm the concierge or some
never.
Shit. No. Yeah, never ever. Yeah, like, and when I understood it that way, I'm like, bro, I gotta just go cold turkey. Like,
do you understand? At some point, as a man, now G Herbo, I'm assuming that G Herbo is in his 30s. Durk is, I think, 32. These are grown men. These aren't children anymore. This is, we grown here, right? This man has children. You can tell that he chose. He in his mind said, my life, my freedom, my children, my relationship is more important than the honor of the streets. At some point, you gotta say goodbye. And I wish that Durk had that light go on in his head. You know? Sliding for Vaughn. I hope it was worth it. Now, does this mean that Durk did this? Listen, innocent until proven guilty. Innocent until proven guilty. Not sure. I'm not sure. He could possibly be walking by Christmas time. I would love to see that man with his children and his wife. I think they're married. Wife. But I pray that he comes out with a different mindset. I pray that Durk comes out with, you know what? This ain't worth it. No more. I'm not doing it. Goodbye to the streets. Goodbye to the guys. Goodbye to the... And I pray that he has enough strength and will to... vulnerability, like he gets to a point that he doesn't care what he looks like. He doesn't care if he looks weak. He doesn't care if he looks like he turned his back on the guys, because he will look like the greatest of man, the greatest man to his children and hopefully to his wife. And I remember these comments. Durk, is you gonna slide for Vaughn? Is you gonna slide for Vaughn? Durk, I ain't got no respect for you. These are kids making these comments. These couldn't possibly be adults. These gotta be kids that don't understand. It's gotta be. I just can't fathom a man, a grown man or a grown woman trying to peer pressure a man with children and a wife to commit these serious crimes for someone who was always going to be about that life and who was basically a troublemaker when they was alive. Listen, I really liked Vaughn too. I loved Vaughn's music. But Vaughn was a menace out in these streets. Listen, you can't give all that energy out into this world and not think you're going to get it back. He had many chances. Do you remember how many times this man got out of jail? Many chances at getting it right. He's not a victim. He's not a victim. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. You know, I do pray that Durk get out of jail. You know, I do. For the kid's sake, for his wife's sake. And if India sees this, shout out to India. All right, I'll see y'all later. Make sure you put a comment down below, all right?